Hi, it's Akasha. Welcome to my podcast, 100 Days Podcast. So today, 27th. Can you say that? 27th. Alright. So, today I want to talk about if I studied abroad, which country would I choose? I've been talking about studying abroad, and I'll also talk about studying abroad today. Okay, so if I can choose two countries, I would choose the Philippines and Canada. I've got reasons. 4 years ago, I studied abroad in the UK, especially London and Malta. However, I was not supposed to go to London and Malta. I was supposed to study abroad in the Philippines and Canada. However, I cancelled. Do you know why? 4 years ago, because of COVID, I've cancelled. Yep. So I couldn't visit. I couldn't go to the Philippines and Canada. That's why I wanna visit. I wanna visit the countries where I was supposed to visit. Why did I choose Philippines? Why did I choose the Philippines? Because I'm not currently taking online classes on native camp. However, before I would take online classes on native camp and chose Filipino teachers. And we've talked about Filipino things a lot, and I wanted experience them in person. However, I couldn't. That's why one day I wanna experience. I wanna eat Filipino food. I wanna say sightseeings. Yeah, in person. I wanna do that. I wanna visit sightseeings. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, so I wanna do it. And why did I choose Canada? It sounds silly. However, when I decided, I don't remember, but someone said Canadian English is more beautiful than other accents. I don't know, and I'm not sure Canadian accent is more beautiful than others. I'm not sure. However, back then I couldn't speak English at all. When I decided I couldn't speak English at all, that's why someone told me Canadian accent is more beautiful than other accents. So I believed it. Alright, okay. Canadian accent is more beautiful than other accents. Really great. I wanna speak with beautiful accent. Okay, alright. It is easy to decide. I'm gonna choose Canada, and I chose Canada. Yeah. So, however, even I'm not sure Canadian accent is more beautiful than other accents, I wanna visit because once I've chosen. So that's the reason. All right. So I've chosen the Philippines and Canada, and also I don't have any Canadian friends, so and I don't think I've spoken with Canadian people, so I wanna hear Canadian accents in person. All right. That's it. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日喋った内容としては、もし今留学に行くのならどの国を選ぶかについて話しました。で、自分が選んだのがフィリピンとカナダです。なぜフィリピンとカナダを選んだかっていうと、4年前留学に行ったんですけど、イギリスとマルタに。これについては、過去のエピソードで話してるんですけど、マルタとイギリスに行きました。でもマルタとイギリスに行く予定じゃなかったんですよ。本当はフィリピンとカナダに行く予定だったんですよね。でもコロナの影響で行くことができませんでした。だから、その時に当時最初に選んでいたこの2つの国に行きたいっていうので選びましたね。そうで、フィリピンは、フィリピンを選んだ理由としては、価格の話もあるんですけど、昔英語学習を始めた当初、ネイティブキャンプでもずっとオンライン英会話を受けてました。で、そのオンライン英会話を受けるとき、いつもフィリピンの先生を選んでたんですね。で、そのフィリピンの先生と、フィリピンのことについて、よく話していたので、ちょっとフィリピンに行きたいなっていうので、フィリピン選びました。あとは、カナダ。カナダは、正直特段、これがしたいからカナダに行きたいとかじゃなくて、誰かに言われたんですよね。カナダのアクセントは他のアクセントよりも、綺麗というか、綺麗なアクセントで喋るみたいなことを言われて、その当時英語全く喋れなかったので、なるほどと。カナダのアクセントって他のアクセントより綺麗なのかと。じゃあカナダやなってなってカナダを選んだんですね。今ある程度学習してみて、カナダのアクセントが他のアクセントよりも綺麗かどうかはちょっと分かんないんですけど、その当時は、英語のこと全く知らないので、なるほどと。カナダのアクセントって他のアクセントより綺麗なんやと。じゃあもうカナダやなって言ったんで、っていうことでカナダを選びました。別に、そうですね。綺麗かどうかわからないんですけど、でも一回決めた、行きたいって思って決めた国なので、またいつか行ければなって、またいつかっていうか、行ければいいなって思っていますね。そんな感じです。はい。ということで、Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Today, 28th. Can I say that? 28th. Alright. So, today I want to talk about, do you need to go to a language school? Okay. I studied abroad in 2 countries. I chose the UK, strictly speaking, London, and I chose Malta. So I studied abroad in Malta and the UK. So, when I was in those countries, I went to language schools. So, did I need to go to language schools, and do you need to go to a language school? Okay, I'm gonna get to the point. If you already have basic English skills, I don't think you need to go. However, if I were in your shoes, I would consider a language school because I'm shy. I'm shy, so I need to join a community to make friends. I need to put myself into a community to make friends. So that community is school. All right. I can't do this one. So it's like, what's up, man? How's it going? Something like that. You know what? I'm not good at it. I can't speak to people and right? What's up, man? Like, I don't know how to say that. Just, yeah, I can't do that. So I need a community and I, you know what? If if I'm a student, I'm supposed to speak with classmates. So I've got opportunities and I can't run away. I have to do that. So I need this situation. So I can't speak strangers outside of school. So I need this opportunity. So you know what? Now I can speak English, but I'm not sure if I have opportunities to study abroad. If I go to language school, because if it is the UK, if I study abroad in the UK, if I study abroad in Malta, I've got some friends, so it is fine. However, if I study abroad, for example, like Australia, Canada, or America, I don't have any friends. So I don't have any communities. That's why I would consider a language school to make friends. Yeah. So if you are like me, if you already have basic English skills and you are not good at, I don't know how to say that, just speak to strangers, you would consider a language school. Does it make sense to you? But anyway, yes, so this is what I think. However, you know what? You'd better learn basic English before going abroad, before studying abroad. I do think so. So I think I've talked about this topic. I just regret. Yeah, I just regret because one thing I regret. I didn't study basic English before before studying abroad. So I should have studied basic English. So yeah, where am I? But anyway, so if to make friends, you could consider a language school, even you've got basic English skills, right? So that's it. I've got no idea. Absolutely, I've got no idea what I was talking about. But anyway, yeah. What I want to say is you'd better study basic English before studying abroad, and if you already have basic English skills, you would consider a language school to make friends if you're like me. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日話した内容としては、語学学校に行く必要はあるのかについて話しました。冒頭で話したのが、自分は、イギリスとマルタに留学に行ってたことがあって、どっちの国でも、語学学校に行っていました。で、留学を終えてみて、語学学校に行く必要はあったのか。で、これから留学行く人に向けて、語学学校に行く必要はあるのかについて真ん中の方話しています。で、結論としては基礎英語って何なのかってちょっと難しいんですけど、中学英語ですね。中学英語をマスターしてるんだったら、別に語学学校に行かなくてもいいかなってのは思います。中学英語をマスターしていればもうある程度英語って話せると思うので、あとは実践あるのみというか、どんどん英会話をする機会を増やした方がいいのかなってのは思いますね。何か現地のコミュニティに入ってみるとか、街中で こう人に喋りかけてみるとか、そういう機会をどんどん作った方がいいのかなって思いますね。そんな高いお金を払って学校行かずにね。それは思うんですけど、でも自分の場合中学英語をマスターしてても自分だったら語学学校に行くかなってのは思いますね。っていうのもシャイなので、自分はシャイなので、こう現地のコミュニティに入ったりとか、街中で人に声かけてみたりとか、こうコミュニティを作るみたいなのができないので、こう語学学校っていうもうすでにあるコミュニティでも、ね、語学学校行くって決めてたら現地に着いた時点で行かないといけないじゃないですか、絶対に。なので、そういうもうすでにコミュニティ、参加せざるを得ないコミュニティをもうすでに作っておくっていうことで、英会話ができる機会を作ったり、友達を作ったりっていうのですよね。コミュニティ作って友達作って現地の友達作ってみたいなのが苦手なので、自分だったら語学学校に行って、友達を作るだったり英会話の機会を作るっていう方が、気持ち的に楽かなって思うので語学学校に行きますかね。あくまで自分みたいなタイプの人になんですけどですかね。でどちらにせよ、何にせよ中学英語は留学行く前に学んでた方がいいかなってのはありますね。これについて前も話したんですけど、これが唯一の後悔って言えるかなと思いますね。中学英語を学ばずに留学に行ったことっていうのが唯一の後悔ですね。他は全く後悔ないです。それだけですかね。なので留学行く前に中学英語は多少なりとも学んだ方がいいんじゃないかなっていう感じです。ちょっとまとまってるか分かんないんですけど。はい。ということで、Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Today, 29th. Can you say that? 29th? Alright. So, today I want to talk about Japanese weather is insane. Alright. I'm going to talk about the weather. I've been to only 2 countries, and as you know, I've studied abroad in Malta and in the UK, strictly speaking, London. So, and I've found that Japanese weather is insane because when I was in Malta, before studying abroad in Malta, I thought Malta would be much hotter. However, Japan is much hotter than Malta because it is humid. It is dry in Malta, so it was hot. Of course, it was hot. However, it feels like Japan is much hotter. Yes, and I'm filming this podcast in July. It's gonna be much hotter. It's gonna be more humid, sweaty. I can't survive. Survive. And when I was in the UK, it was not hot. It was not cold. Bit chilly. It was. Yeah. My flatmates always said it was cold. It was cold. I don't know why one of my flatmates called me darling. I don't know why. One of my flatmates called me darling, and she always said, it's gonna be cold, so keep yourself warm. She's French, I think. She's French. I'm not sure. I'm calling darling, calling a man darling is normal, But for me, it was a bit weird. But anyway, I was not talking about this topic. But yes, yeah, people said it was really cold in the UK. However, for me, it was not cold. Not at all. Yes, Japan is much colder and much hotter. I think so. In Malta has got longer rainy season, so and heavier. However, Japan also has got rainy season, but a bit shorter, especially in 2025. I don't think there was rainy season. Yes, it was quite short. I'm a bit worried. Anyway, yeah. So Japanese weather is insane. Yeah. So if you plan to go to these countries, if you have any plans to study abroad in Malta and in the UK, you don't need to worry about the weather. It is fine. Japanese weather is more insane. Alright. Today's episode is quite short, but anyway, so I wanted to talk about the weather. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日喋った内容としては、日本の天気、気候っていうのはもうクレイジーだと、そういう話を、しました。で、冒頭で話したのが、2カ国、自分は行ったことがあって、たった2カ国だけなんですけど、それがマルタとイギリスです。で、人生で初めて行った国がマルタなんですけど、マルタに行く前はマルタってものすごい暑い国だと思ってたんですね。そう思ってたんですけど、実際マルタで過ごしてみて、日本の方が暑いなと。日本の方が全然暑いですね。ムシムシしてるし、全然ドライじゃないというか、マルタは暑いんです。マルタも暑いんですけど、ムシムシしてないですよね。湿気がないというか、すごい乾いてるので、日本ほどなんて言うんですかね、暑いは暑いんですけど、しんどくないというか、呼吸しづらくないというか、全然過ごしやすい夏でした。で、イギリスにいてた時も、みんな言ってたんですよね。今日寒いって。冬の時期。みんな寒いって言ってたんですけど、自分は全然寒いと思ったことがなくて、みんな寒いって言うんですけど、いや、あんまり寒くないなって自分ずっと思ってたんですよね。日本の冬に比べたら全然寒くないです。なので、その時にマルタに行った時も日本の夏の方が暑いなって思ったし、イギリスに行ってた時も日本の冬の方が全然寒いなと思いました。なので日本の気候ってなかなかもう寒暖差とか凄まじいなって思いましたね。なのでもしイギリスとマルタに行く予定があれば、天気は気にしなくていいと。ちょっとなんていうんですかね、雨季レイニーシーズンはマルタはちょっと激しめです。長いし、そこだけ心配するのはそこだけかなと思います。暑さとか寒さとかは、その2つの国では、日本を超えれるものはないです。日本の方が全然寒いし、日本の方が全然暑いので。はい。という話を今日はしました。Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. May 30th. Can you say that? 30th? No? 30th. Alright. So, today I want to talk about it is easier to speak in the winter. I know. This episode sounds silly, but I do think so. And why do I think so? One day, I was speaking with my partner on my way to Universal Studio Japan. Do you know Universal Studio Japan? Universal Studio Japan. I was on my way to Universal Studio Japan, and it was last winter, and I thought, alright, it is easier, much easier to speak in the winter. My partner is Ukrainian, so we communicate in English, and I thought so. Now I'm filming this podcast in July. It is really hot, and the humidity is quite high, so I can't speak, or it's more like I can't, breathe. It is difficult to breathe, so I can't speak well. I know it is an excuse, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, so, and it was in the winter, and also it was early in the morning, so I was highly motivated. Yeah, I'm highly motivated in the morning, and also I was so excited. Universal Studio Japan. Yeah, I was so excited. And also, that day was a day off. I took a day off, so I didn't need to think about work. But yeah, sometimes I don't need to think about it. I just think. But anyway, yeah, I didn't need to think about work as much. And early in the morning, I was highly motivated and I was excited. And it was in the winter. So I thought, all right, so I can speak English better than usual. Yeah, I thought so. And but anyway, what I wanna say is many factors affect your English. Alright? So on the day, everything lined up nicely, perfectly. As I said, early in the morning, in the winter, and I was so excited. So everything lined up nicely, and my English, I think, became better. Yeah, I was better at speaking English. So, so you don't need to think you are bad. You are not good at speaking English. Just everything, what you need doesn't line up nicely. That's it. If everything lines up nicely, your English is much better. I do think so. So many factors affect your English, and you can't speak English better than usual. That's it. So you don't need to overthink. Alright? Maybe you can speak. Maybe you are like me, so you can speak better in the winter. Alright? Does it make sense to you? It feels like, I'm talking about what people don't understand. Nobody, but yeah, this is, what I think. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日喋った内容としては、冬の方が英語が喋りやすいっていうことについて話しました。もう何言ってんだっていう感じなんですが、どういう話かっていうと、なぜそう思ったかというと、去年の冬にユニバに行ったんですね。ユニバーサル・スタジオ・ジャパンに行ったんですけど、家を早く出て、早朝に、でしかもその時真冬だったんですよね。で真冬の早朝に、家を出て、ユニバに向かってたんですけど、その道中、自分のパートナーと、英会話してて、 なんか普段よりも英語喋りやすいなってふと思って、でちょっと考えたんですよね。なぜ普段よりも英語が喋りやすいのかと。それは、冬の方が空気が澄んでるし、あとはこれからユニバっていうのでテンションも高い。で自分は朝の方がモチベーションが高いので、一日の始まり感があって高いので、そういうのも相まってすごいね、気分もいいし空気も澄んでるしっていうので、英語が喋りやすいのかなって思ったんですね。しかも、その日は仕事休みを取ってユニバに行ったので、仕事のことはそこまで考えなくてもいいというか、休みなので、そうで、そういうプレッシャーとかもないしっていうので、うまく喋れたのかなって思っています。今このポッドキャストを撮影しているのは、7月なんですけど、やっぱり暑いし湿気がね、湿度が高いのですごく喋りにくいんですよね。なので冬の方が喋りやすいのかなと。湿度も高くないしっていうのでそう思いました。で、何が言いたいかというと、いろんなことが英語に影響してると。プレッシャーだったり、そういうテンションの高さとか、あとは季節だったり気候だったり、そういうのがいろんなことが影響してると思うんですね。だから今日全然喋られへんかったって思ったとしても、それは条件が揃ってないだけで、本当はもっとうまく喋れるんじゃないかと。いい条件さえ揃えば、テンションが高くて空気が澄んでいて呼吸がしやすくてとか、プレッシャーを感じてなくてリラックスして話せるとか、いろんな要因が整えば、本来の自分の英語力を発揮できると思っているので、うまく喋れなくても、条件が悪いだけだなって、思うのもいいかなってたまにはね思います。もちろん、だから喋れなかったってだけじゃないとは思うんですけど、なんていうんですかね、はいちょっと何が言いたいか分からなくなってきたので、いろんな要因が影響してるよと、英語に。なのでその時調子が悪くても、そこまで落ち込まなくていいんじゃないかなっていうお話です。はい。Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. 31st. Can I say that? 31st. Alright. So, today I want to talk about, I want to speak in a way the children can understand. I know this episode sounds silly, but I want to talk about this topic. And why do I think so? I've been filming this podcast for about 50 days, and I think my basic English skills are not enough. I have to brush up on my basic skills. I tend to increase advanced vocabulary, but it is not my top priority. My top priority is to brush up on my basic skills. I don't need, it feels like I have to, I tend to increase advanced vocabulary. Why? It feels like I've studied for 5 years, and it feels I'm supposed to do that. After studying for 5 years, I'm on the level where I'm supposed to learn advanced vocabulary. However, now I don't have enough basic English skills, so my top priority is to brush up on my basic skills. Alright? So, and what do I have to do? What do I have to care about? I have to speak in a way the children can understand, which means I don't need to speak fast. I don't need to speak with advanced, difficult vocabulary. Okay? I have to speak slowly, make rhythm, and even my vocabulary, I don't need to use difficult vocabulary. So, yeah, there are many things I have to pay attention to make children get me easily, understand me easily. But anyway, I don't have any opportunities to speak with children. Yeah, I'm single. I've got a partner. However, yeah, I'm not married, and I don't have any children. But anyway, yeah, I have to brush up on my basic English skills, and I speak slowly and have people understand me easily. So, alright, does it make sense to you? Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日話した内容としては、子供にでも小さい子にでも分かるような英語を話したいっていうことを話しました。っていうのも、ポッドキャストを撮ってもうすぐで50日が経ちます。で、このポッドキャストを撮ってて思うのが、基礎的な英語力が足りないなと。中学英語がまだまだだなと。こう難しい語彙を増やしたり、上級者向けの語彙力を増やすっていうよりかは、もっと基礎的なところにフォーカスした方がいいなって思っています。で、フォーカスした上でこう基礎力を固めて、もう小さい子にでも赤ちゃんにでも分かるぐらいこう簡単に簡易に話せればいいかなって思っていますね。こう早く喋る必要もないですし、上級者向けの単語をゆくゆくは使って話したいんですけど、今は使わなくてもいいかなって思ってて、どれだけこう相手に分かってもらえるか、そういう意識で小さい子にでも分かるぐらいのこう分かりやすさで喋ることが大事なのかなって思っています。で、やっぱりこう誰にでも簡単に分かってもらえるように話すとしたら、やっぱり基礎英語を学ばないといけないので、そういうところにフォーカスしようかなっていう話です。はい。ちょっと今日のエピソードあんまりまとまってないかなと思うんですけど、はい、そんなところです。はい。Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Today, first, can I say that? First. Alright. So, but anyway, beforehand, I'm sorry I've got spot on my nose. I look miserable. It is kind of dirty, but anyway, I'm sorry. Yes, okay. I'm gonna talk about how do I study English when I'm not motivated. So today I'm gonna talk about motivation. To be honest, I'm kind of moody, so there is huge gap between me when I'm motivated and me when I'm not motivated or depressed. There is a huge gap. So how do I study English? What do I do when I'm not motivated? Alright, so my answer is I just do what I do as usual. I just do what I have to do as usual when I'm depressed, when I'm not motivated. I'm sorry you expected I would say good tips. However, I can't give you good tips. This is what I do. So, like, when I'm not motivated, I just do as usual. Even my eyes are closed, even my brain doesn't work, even my brain is asleep. I just do what I do as usual. I just do I learn vocabulary, and I do shadowing practice, and I take online classes. I speak I don't know, I speak to myself in English. So I just do like a robot. I study English like a robot. You know what? I do. Alright, so why do I do that? Why do I do it? Because I think I've talked about this topic, but in my opinion, it is important to do every day. Never stop. Because I want to speak like a native speaker. Then I'm supposed to do, I could say I must be surrounded by English like a native. You know what? Native speakers every day. Of course, native speakers speak English every day. Native speakers hear English every day because they are called native speakers. But anyway. So I want to be like them. I want to speak like a native speaker. Then I have to imitate the way they do. Right? That's what I do every day. Even I'm depressed, even my brain doesn't work, even my brain is asleep, even my eyes are closed, I do. Alright? But, you know what? I was thinking about this topic. Okay, I decided to talk about this topic today, and then I thought maybe I'm afraid of stopping. I'm afraid of taking a day off. Since I started learning English, I've been studying English for 5 years. I can say I've never taken a day off. So I think I'm afraid of stopping because once I stop, it feels like everything I've built will collapse. So I'm afraid of it. That's why I can't stop even I'm so depressed. Yes. So, but anyway, I do in this way. Even when I'm depressed, I do. I study. Alright. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。で、始める前にちょっとニキビがあるんですけど、ちょっとここはすみません。はい、ということで今日喋った内容としては、モチベーションが保てないとき、どうやって英語学習をするかについて話しました。自分は、結構、気分屋というか、モチベーションが高い日、高くない日っていうのは結構差があるタイプなんですね。で、モチベーションがない時に、どういうふうに英語学習を進めているかっていうお話なんですけど、自分はモチベーションが高かろうがなかろうが同じことをやっています。はい。同じことをやっていますね。目が閉じてようが、もうしんどくて目が閉じてようが、脳みそが動いてなかろうが、とりあえずいつもやってることをやります。脳死でやります。これが、モチベーションが保てない時にやっていることです。はい。あんまりtips というか、なんていうのかな、tips って有益な情報じゃないんですけど、もうただただやると。で、なぜモチベーションがない時にでも、淡々とやるのかっていうと、これについては前に話したことあるんですけど、やっぱりネイティブみたいに喋りたかったらネイティブと同じように過ごすっていうのが大事で、ネイティブって毎日英語を聞くし、毎日英語を喋ると思うんですね。だから自分も休みの日を作らないというか、モチベーションが低かろうが、モチベーションがゼロであっても、英語に触れる。毎日やってることをやるっていうふうにしてますね。で、このトピックについて今日話そうと思ってて、ちょっと考えてたんですけど、 もう一つ理由があるなと。それは英語学習を始めてもう毎日勉強してきました。これは言い切れるんですけど、だからこそ止まるのが多分怖いんですよね。一回止まってしまったら多分これまでやってきたことが崩れそうというか、一日休んだぐらいじゃ何も変わらないと思うんですけど、怖くて止まれないみたいながあるんだと思います。そんな感じですね、今日話した内容としては。はい。結論としては、モチベーションがない日でも、毎日やってることをやるっていうお話です。はい。Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Today, second. Can you say that? Second. Alright. So, beforehand, I wanna say sorry, I've got spot on my nose. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about motivation. I've talked about this topic yesterday, but I will also talk about this topic. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this topic again. Learning English is not flashy. In these days, I'm highly motivated. I'm motivated. I wanna do I don't know how to say that, but I wanna do war. I wanna speak. I wanna speak a lot. I wanna learn vocabulary a lot. I wanna read a lot. Does it make sense to you? I wanna do war. Yeah, I'm highly motivated. However, learning English is not flashy. What you have to do is do tiny things. Learn vocabulary little by little, because I don't think you can remember every vocabulary just once. You have to do one by one, and it takes time. And yeah, learning English is not flashy and it takes time. That's why some people give up, even they are motivated at the time. Alright, at the time I'm highly motivated. I wanna learn English. However, they realize it takes time and learning English is not flashy. It's kind of boring. Okay, I give up. Some people think you can master English, you can become fluent in few months. However, I don't say it is impossible. However, it is really difficult to become fluent in few months. So some people realize and give up. Of course, other things require steady effort. Sports, or creating something, drawing, artist make effort. Of course, I know. However, learning English is also, learning English is not flashy either. I'm used to it. That's why I've studied for 5 years, and I still study. And I don't know, learning English is fun, but speaking English is fun. Using English is fun, but I don't know learning English is fun. But I've done for 5 years, and I'm used to it, and I can't imagine a day when I don't study English. I'm used to it, but yeah, learning English is not flashy. I can say that. So yeah, it might be difficult to continue learning English for years. And learning English is lonely. I could say that. Alright, okay, today I wanted to talk about learning English is not flashy. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日喋った内容としては、英語学習っていうのはもうすごく地味だっていう話をしました。最近ですね、何があったっていうわけではないんですが、何かあったっていうわけではないんですが、最近英語学習に対してモチベーション結構高くて、なんて言うんですかね、ブワーって、がむしゃらにやりたいというか、よし、やるぞっていう感じがあるんですけど、英語学習って地味なので、こういうよしやってやるぞっていうモチベーションがあったとしても、やることっていうのはちまちまちまちま単語を覚えてコツコツコツコツ学習していくしかないと。派手なことじゃないんですよね。すごく地味なことなので、このモチベーションとのギャップの差、このギャップの差に気づいてやめてしまう人っていると思うんですよね。よっしゃと、数ヶ月でもう流暢に喋れるようになってやると、今モチベーションすごいと、もうがむしゃらにめちゃくちゃにやってやるぞと、めちゃくちゃやってやるぞって思う人いてると思うんですけど、実際やってみると、すごく地味なことばかりなので、そこのギャップで、あれ英語学習面白くなくないって全然面白くないじゃんって言ってやめるみたいな、そういうのがあるのかなって思っています。もちろん他の、スポーツ選手だったり、アーティストだったり、そんな人もやってることってのは地味だと思うんですよね。でも、英語学習も、それと同じくらい地味だと。本当に地味なことをやっていると。自分はもう5年も学習しているので、もう慣れているので、別に地味だろうがもう生活の一部なのでやってるって感じなんですけど、このギャップの差があるよねっていう話でした。はい、それだけです。Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.